Save time, reduce manual errors, and maintain accurate contact information with our AFD Lookup and Validate Sage 200 add-on. By partnering with the AFD, the postcode people, our Sage 200 development team have created an add-on to remove clunky verification processes and give you full confidence in your contact data. Our add-on allows you to look up and insert addresses, instantly validate contact email, phone and bank information. It does this by integrating AFD's address and data quality solutions with your Sage 200 system. Let's take a look at how it works. AFD Lookup and Validate has added an address button next to the address line 1 and postcode text boxes on most screens with address fields. If entering a new address, you can manually search for an address by clicking on this button and it will launch the Find Address screen. This screen allows you to enter a partial address or postcode. When entering a partial address, commas can be used to indicate different parts of the address, i.e. a house or building number and postcode. As the search value is changed, it will search for any matches and display them in the list below. The country drop-down allows you to select a different country to search for a matching address. Note that the address search may not work for all countries. This is dependent on the postcode product enabled within your AFD license. Once the required address has been found, you can select it and click on the Select Address button. The Confirm Selected Address screen will then be displayed with the details of the selected address. You can modify the address if required and select the OK button. This will write the address back to the fields on the original screen and a message will be displayed to confirm it's been updated. If you have configured the system to automatically validate and look up addresses, when address line 1 or the postcode field is changed, it will automatically launch the Find Address screen. As you can see, the previously entered value automatically appears. Again, select the address from the list and click the Select Address button. If successful, the field you have changed will be coloured green to indicate it has been updated successfully. AFD Lookup and Validate validates the email format, the top-level domain, and the server response for the full email address. Also, where permitted to do so by the destination server, it will attempt to do a live validation by connecting to the registered email server and testing to see if the email is accepted for that address. Let's see it in action. AFD Lookup and Validate has added a Validate button next to each email field. If entering or amending an email address, clicking on this button will validate the email address and will return a message informing you of whether it is valid or not. If you have configured the system to automatically validate email addresses, when an email address is changed, depending on the results, the following will occur. If the email address is valid, the email box will be coloured green. If you hover over the field, you will see a tooltip is displayed. If the email address could be valid, the system may suggest an alternative email, possibly due to a typo. Then the email box is coloured yellow with a tooltip indicating the suggested alternative. If the email address was not valid, then the email box will be coloured red with a tooltip indicating the issue. AFD Lookup and Validate performs live checks on all UK landline and mobile numbers. This excludes 03 and 08 business numbers, which will be format validated only. AFD validate a large number of international networks, but where the live validation isn't available for a particular international network, these will be format validated only. Let's take a look at the phone number validation. AFD Lookup and Validate has added a Validate button next to each telephone, fax and mobile number field. Please note that some screens have a single field for the entire number, and others, like this one, have the number split over 3 fields. Where the number is split, the 3 parts will be combined when doing the number validation. With split numbers, if a value is entered in the country field, that it does not start with 00, then 00 will be added to the start of the number before validating it. If values are entered in both the country code and the area code, then the first 0 of the area code will be stripped off. Phone numbers are validated for a specific country. By default, all numbers are validated for Great Britain. Some records in Sage, like customer records, have a country code drop-down like this one. For these screens, the selected country in this field will be used to validate the number. If entering a new or amending an existing number, clicking on this button will validate the number and will return a message displaying the results of the check, either confirming that it is valid or failing in displaying an error. If it is invalid, you will have the option to continue with the invalid number or clear the number from the field. If you have configured the system to automatically validate phone numbers, when a number is changed, depending on the results, the following will occur. If the number is valid, the text box will be coloured green. If the number was not valid, then the text box will be coloured red with a tooltip displaying the issue. AFD Lookup and Validate will verify the sort code and account number. It will check whether the account number is valid for the branch of the bank to which the sort code belongs. Please note, although this does not guarantee the account number exists or sufficient funds exist for the transaction, it greatly cuts down on the errors due to incorrectly entered numbers. Let's take a look at the bank verification in action. The Validate button is available next to the sort code and account number on any screens containing these fields. A pop-up message will display the results of the check, either confirming successful validation or failed validation by displaying an error provided by AFD. If the check was successful, then the IBAN, BIC and roll numbers, if applicable, will be updated on the screen. The AFD Lookup and Validate functionality has been added onto the following screens: creating and amending customer and customer contact details, supplier and supplier contact details, bank accounts, maintain warehouses, creating new and amending purchase orders and returns, creating new and amending sales orders, returns, quotations and performers, as well as when adding and amending customer delivery addresses, creating new and amending invoices and credits, and also when entering your own company details within Account System Manager. Please note that any address, phone, email and banking fields added by third-party add-ons will not be validated. If you have any Eureka bespoke development, please contact your business partner or your Eureka Solutions account manager to discuss updating your bespoke to work with the AFD Lookup and Validate functionality. Please note, AFD Lookup and Validate requires a subscription to the Eureka add-on and an AFD product subscription direct from AFD. For further information, please contact your Sage 200 business partner who will contact us on your behalf, or if you buy direct from Eureka, contact your Eureka Solutions account manager. Thank you.